Hey, Ben, it's David. I was actually going to discuss this. I kept forgetting to within Progressive Army and among a lot of our show hosts. But now's as good a time as any, and we definitely don't want to just skip over the victim here. But it kind of goes hand in hand with what your first caller had said, and it just kind of made me want to call in. If we compare these times to the original civil rights movement, to Dr. King, to Malcolm X, to the protests and the legislation that we saw, that granted took lots of time. We have Black Lives Matter now, but we have protests now, but it seems like something's missing. It seems like, it's definitely part of it's definitely the citizens, definitely the people and the level of engagement and, like you said, what we're willing to absorb but before we're willing to address it. But is there a missing piece between the protests and getting change to occur? When we compare the models before and after from back then to now, obviously history's been rewritten. People have different views of what happened, but maybe something's missing. Maybe there's something we're not doing quite yet, or that we don't have covered just yet.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. Something's obviously missing. And what's missing is, I don't know if something's missing so much, David, thanks for the call, man. I don't know if it's missing or whether or not our country is just so prepared to absorb and co-opt every single movement that comes from grassroots efforts, from anger, from protesting. They're ready to absorb it. The Democratic Party is more masterful at absorbing it. The Republican Party they tried to absorb the Tea Party, and the Tea Party cannibalized them, but our political system is ready to absorb it. Our policing systems are ready to absorb it and suppress it if necessary. So I don't know that if it's so much that we're missing something from the 60s, because even our legal system is able to absorb it. The laws on the books protect these officers. They protect these unconstitutional behaviors where we can document all their unconstitutional behavior, but the threshold for any type of penalty or charge or sentence or even a damn indictment, the threshold is so high that no one ever crosses it. So the legal system is fully capable of absorbing any type of legal action. So now you have political action being absorbed by the political parties. You have, physical and street and protest action being able to be absorbed by the police and by the city by issuing permits. They're going to give you enough room to scream and yell and rant, but not a damn thing is going to change. And now our legal system is also ready to absorb, because the problem is the entire system is broken. The entire system from top to bottom is broken. And it has to be fixed on we're fighting on multiple fronts, right? Some people say the solution is to tear the whole system down. Good luck. Like, seriously, good luck tearing this entire system down. You waiting to tear this entire system down is like church people waiting on Jesus to come back. Let me know how it works out for you. You're not going to tear this entire system down. Donald Trump is not going to tear this system down. I'll talk about him later, but he's not going to tear it down. He's not going to break it so that we can rebuild our union with a modified Bill of Rights and a modified Constitution. No, that's not happening. If the system gets torn down, you guarantee believe me that the entire structure has collapsed underneath itself into chaos and anarchy, and that's only because of some existential threat which may come from within, but I doubt it very seriously. All that to say, don't wait on the entire system to be torn down before we try to fix it. We have to fight on all those fronts. We have to fight politically. We have to fight politically. We have to fight legally, and we have to fight through these street protests. They play a role, but sometimes we let that be the entire role. And if that's the entirety of our action to combat these types of situations, then we've already lost, because they're very capable of not only giving you space to shout until you get tired and go home and watch TV, but they're also capable of bringing out the tanks and shutting it down. So that can't be the only approach that we use.